following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face-Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face-Off Hockey Show. What? With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
and a breakaway. Takes 2 yards. There you go.
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Oh, yes!
Here's your host for the Face-Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
Oh, my world for a new computer. Anyway, welcome, Face-Off Hockey Show. Everybody's here. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Everybody. Yep. Programming note. Next week's a Tuesday show.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Ha!
I was just telling Mark I was going to miss the show on Wednesday.
And I forgot to mention that he changed it to Thursday.
To Tuesday.
Or to Tuesday. To the other T, the other T word.
That's good.
Close.
So next week is a Tuesday night show, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night soccer, Saturday, Sunday soccer.
Jesus Christ. It's a lot of soccer.
Yeah, it's a lot of running, my
Catch the
friends.
fever.
Lots of running. How you doing?
Look at this.
How was the show last week?
I'm looking at it. It was a show.
Good.
It was a show that happened.
It did happen.
I recorded it, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was uploaded, so.
Okay, that's good.
I
Just making sure.
assume everything is kosher on that side of things.
Yeah, we're good.
So.
Sounds perfect.
I'm seeing the Blue Jays playing under protest, and they are up 3 runs. So.
What's the protest?
They're Canadian.
Say hey. Say ho. This penis party's got to go. Hey hey. Hey ho. Is that the protest?
Close. They're not going to protest apparently now. I don't know. It's really weird. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay.
For a review, first and foremost. Batter's charged with interfering with the catcher if the batter is still in the batter's box and doesn't make a movement to block or disrupt the throw. Apparently, Rufned Udur tried to score from third, and a bat was in the way of the plate. Russell Martin did a thing, and a thing happened. I don't know. I don't think it matters. They're up 3 in the top of the 9th. I think the Blue Jays are going to be okay.
I don't know. Can never be too sure about these things.
This is true. Yeah. But hey, the Rangers let this series get away. They're up 2-0, and then they couldn't win at home. What can you do? We can all hope the Cubs win. Anyway, Johnny, how you been, buddy? How was soccer last week?
It wasn't bad. Actually, soccer's been pretty good. I've been rocking out a test pair of Under Armour shoes. They're nice. What else occurred? The U.S. soccer team played a couple games this week. We won't talk about those.
Guess they look like poo.
They did look like poo. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Like, I had a pretty uneventful week this week. Next week, though, next weekend is the beautiful trip to Newman, and then I have a hotel room in between Newman and St. Joseph's University because I will be at St. Joseph's University on Sunday.
All right.
So I get to stay in Pennsylvania for a night.
You're not busy at all, are you?
Get some cheesesteaks or something. I have 9 more games this season. 5 of them are in the same week. I have 9 games in the next 3 weeks.
Is this the most you've worked in a while? Because it seems like you're much more busier than usual.
I've only done 1 more game than last year. Last year I did 30 games in 8 weeks, and this year I've done, well, I mean, you can do the math. It's 31. So I'm hoping everybody can do the math.
One more game. I've done 30 last year, and then this year If you add up the 9 I got left here, it's 31.
Yeah, the Common Core is probably hard to figure
Yeah,
out.
that's what did me in.
I had
So yeah. So soccer season's almost over. The next weekend I have off is Mark's wedding.
There you go. It's the only weekend that matters, to be honest with you.
Yep. It's true.
It's true.
And then we move to Mark. Mark, what have you done in this past week that we should talk about? No, okay.
Nothing.
Oh, soup.
Seating charts.
Right.
Got the seating charts pretty much nailed down.
I heard feeding sharks. I was like, what?
Yeah, I heard something about eating something. I heard, eating sharks. I don't know what that meant. I'm like, well, that's weird. But whatever you're into. Connectivity is not a good thing for us this week, or last week, or any week.
No, what was going on last week?
We had some stuff and things to deal with.
I might have to already download the video MP3 because I think I stopped for a little while you were talking.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think that Google likes us having this 7:30 show. I don't know what the hell its problem is. You should get used to it. But yeah, no, we've had fun connectivity problems. It's been great this fucking time. What can you do? Can you do when Google doesn't want you to do a show? They're just like, we liked your 8 o'clock time. It was funner. Oh well. I'll round up the trifecta of nothing happening.
Wow.
Although
we are very, very.
What are we, John?
We are a very good group of people that do a lot of things.
We are.
A lot of things.
Things and stuff.
We're
stuff and things.
An active group that's all about everything. Jesus.
We've done
McDonald's
so much we don't even know.
There you go. And Monopoly's back at McDonald's. We got that going for us in Canada.
How was your Thanksgiving?
So, I had a turkey sandwich and that was about it. Turkey sandwich, I'm just like, it's fine, this works. It's alright. It's the warm-up Thanksgiving for the actual one in November. Apparently, we're all in agreement that the one in November is a little bit better than the one in October. Don't know why.
So Canadians celebrate both?
No, I celebrate both because I'm dual citizen.
Okay.
Canadians use that as. Do we have a day for that? Nope, it's just Thanksgiving.
Wow, really? Of all the holidays, Canada doesn't have anything to do on Thanksgiving.
Nope. November 26th.
That couldn't have been like another civil day?
No, I'm surprised. No, we have that on the 11th.
Oh,
so,
that's why.
Yeah.
True.
So we can't have too many civil days. By the way, that's also a week, almost a week after Thanksgiving Day is almost a week after Mexican Revolution Day.
Wow.
So,
who knew?
If you all want, yeah, apparently this calendar did. Thanks, calendar.
The calendar has come in handy.
Which calendar is that?
It's my Goalie calendar.
Your Goalie calendar with holidays on it.
It's great.
I have a
North
Goalie
American
calendar with holidays on it?
Scotty does, not you.
Oh, I was going to say.
You.
I have a hand. I have a hand reaching across.
Things happen.
You have an
These
extra
are
arm.
fine. It's fine, Goro. It's fine.
Just watch out for Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'll punch you in the nuts. But Mark, you turned us on to a new game.
I did.
Things are happening.
Yeah.
Things are happening.
How are your teams?
Not too bad. Could be worse.
Yes.
Could be better.
Yeah.
I'm hoping mine gets better at some point.
Yeah. If I could run over to my computer. Run over to my phone. Yank my phone over here. I can tell you my team. I've got Martin Jones.
I think everyone does.
I got a green Martin Jones though.
Bo Horvat as my center.
Ooh.
I don't have a good left wing, so I have Cal Clutterbuck playing left wing. I have Patrick Hornquist as my right wing.
Yeah.
Ryan Stanton, who I did not know was a Capital. Is he a Capital?
Apparently he is.
He has a Capitals logo on top of a Vancouver Canucks jersey. And then Josh Georges as my defensive pairing, and Martin Jones in goal. That's how my team is stacked up right now.
Nice.
This is exactly the same as WWE Supercards, Mark.
Yes, exactly the same.
It's got better graphics than WWE Supercards, I think, though.
That's true.
A lot more moving parts. Yeah, I've got a green Martin Jones in net. I've got a rare Ryan Stanton, a rare Justin Schultz, a green who's this jobber right here? Jay Beagle, a rare Adam Lowry, and then a super rare Derek Brassard. So my team is 30-1.
Jeez. You had a good day. Oh my God.
I have nothing to do during my days, so I just play video games all day on my phone.
I am. What's my record here? Where does it tell you the record? Oh, I am 24-8.
You play more than me.
My team is not nearly as good as yours.
How the hell did that happen?
Mm.
How the hell did that happen?
Pretty normal.
And Mark, your team is what?
So currently, I am. Let me pull her up here. I have Anders Lindbach in goal, a green.
Ooh.
Yeah, green Anders Lindbach. Still loading as well. I may have played a little bit more than you guys did today.
Oh, jeez.
So,
what's your record?
I don't know what my record is, but I will tell you what my roster is in a second. Dominic Moore, a super rare Dominic Moore at center. Ryan Stanton again. It seems like he's everywhere. I got a rare Ryan Stanton for my.
I think if the Caps, that's like one of the dudes you get.
Yeah, probably. So sorry. Dominic Moore at center. Marcus Foligno at left wing, rare. Dmitry Yaskin, right wing, rare. Ryan Stanton, D, rare. Michael Jordan, that was a good one. D, rare. And a green Anders Lindbach in goal.
You have a rare Michael Jordan, too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's going to be worth something someday.
I'm sure it is. Probably a Gem Mint 10.
But, yeah.
Especially at number 47, Michael Jordan.
I don't know where... I don't know what I was saying. I don't know what my record is what I was trying to say.
You can see it in the exhibition.
I don't want to tell you.
How many games did you play today, Mark?
Probably like 50. Maybe more than that. I don't know. I was
maybe a little more than. How much more than 50? Let's put a number on it. Johnny, you want to guess how many more than 50?
I'm going to say Mark played 65 games.
All right, I'll find it. Now that you're gambling.
I'm going to say he paid 85.
Are you adding suspense to this?
I had to reload the app here. Give me a sec. I closed it out.
Oh, Jesus. Come on, 2K. Come on, 2K, get your shit together. You should be ready at a moment's notice. Tired of your loading screens, 2K.
51 and 2. 51 and 2. So I played just over 50 games.
53 games.
Wow. So I have the worst record so far.
It's fine. If this was the AHL, you're still getting in on points percentage, which I still haven't figured out. I don't know how this points percentage bullshit's gonna work.
Is it the? Did I read an article that is it the AHL or the ECHL that's painting all the goals blue?
That would be the ECHL because
Because,
Geico is taking
Geico.
over the sponsorship of the net.
Of the
So
net.
all the teams except except for Brampton, is going to have Blue Nets because we don't have Geico in Canada.
So they're still gonna have red poles or pipes.
Yep,
That's great.
just gonna hang out with. Just gonna be like, hey, this is fine, guys. We got red pipes. It's all good. Don't even worry about us. Don't you worry about us one bit. Oh, shit.
So have you been watching hockey?
There we go. All right. I have been. It's been fun.
I haven't seen
Enjoyable,
any hockey
I
yet.
think. I don't know. I'm not shocked. You tend to take the first couple months off and then ramp it up in December.
It's true.
True.
It is true. I'm going to a game though on October 30th.
Hey!
October 30th.
Hey!
It's Ben's 45th birthday. The guy that works in the review booth sometimes for the Capitals.
Yeah.
So we're all going to a Caps game.
Nice. That'll be fun.
We're going the fantasy hockey like power play or whatever tickets. You get a T-shirt, an hour long, all you can drink, all you can eat, dinner before the game, all this stuff. Pretty good.
Nice.
Sounds tremendous. I like that. It's fantastic. Who offers that? Is that the Green Turtle thingy?
It's in the arena actually.
Oh, how about that?
So it's like in some kind of eating type of center on the 400 level, I think. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. They asked me what I wanted to do, and I told them that I would just pay them money. So whatever they wanted to do, I was on board for it.
Come on, Caps website load. What are we doing here? What's happening? Oh no, this is a different kind of fantasy challenge. What the fuck? Come on.
I could have just made up something completely too. That might not be the name of it.
Sounds about right. Oh, for Christ's sake. Come on, Caps. By the way, am I the only one who's not a fan of just websites that have all these like not only pop-up videos, but not the cool pop-up videos, you know, and tells you how Jamiroquai did that thing with the thing, but like the ones that just start playing and then like all these like animated GIFs everywhere. Is it me that's just annoyed by this, or is it just?
I don't like it.
I don't know.
It scares me.
Okay, good. Well,
It's called
Does
the
scare me.
Draft Ops Fantasy Lounge Package. Which
Oh,
seems
Jesus.
like a porn type of thing, to be honest.
which with the way the things DraftKings and stuff's going down, good thing you're getting it sooner rather than later because it might not be around in December.
But it's
Yes.
called Draft Ops. It's not. part
Yeah,
of
no, but it's
DraftKings.
one of the same, isn't it?
I don't know.
Isn't
What is
Draft Op like
is
DraftKings?
DraftKings falling apart that quickly?
Oh, dude, in a big way.
Nice.
In a big way, because apparently people are oh, this is a weekly instead of daily. Apparently one of the persons at DraftKings put money on the other big draft site, which is slipping my memory right now who it is. FanDuel, that's who it is. So DraftKings, the guy from DraftKings who writes there and has information, let it slip that he's placing bets at FanDuel and then using different information because apparently people think he has insider information, and then won like $750,000 from FanDuel in terms of from what he bet, and it came out that he may have been using percentages of what people pick and tweaking his team just that much so he has a different team from everyone else, and then uses that to his advantage. So one player different, and he wins like $750,000. It's a weird situation because I don't understand this daily fantasy crap anyway. Because I think it's stupid.
I think it's gotten overblown quickly.
You think? Just a little bit. I think. I'm with you on that one.
I feel like daily fantasy sports though only works for football. because like they quite literally all play on the same day.
They have hockey
Baseball
leagues.
has it, too.
They have baseball leagues. I'm sure they'll have basketball leagues. They have college football.
Well, MLB owns a part of DraftKings.
Yeah, that seems
That's a fun part.
you know, a little weird to me.
Just a bit. Just a
So
little
this
bit.
guy was using information that he got on DraftKings and then using it at FanDuel to win a bunch of money.
Yeah, because he knew the percentages of how many people picked this person, how many people picked this person. So he used he picked the person that he knew
Is that
would
stuff
do
that
well.
people that didn't work, that wouldn't have worked at FanDuel, like wouldn't know?
Did
Not
not
the-
have.
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah, that's kind of messed up.
So now it's going to Congress, and there's a lot of people up in arms. Congressmen are asking the SEC to get involved, and then they're wondering, hey, we're just a football conference. What do we have to do with this?
That's true.
And they're like, not that SEC, the
Oh.
other one. And
So then
I was
they
like,
talked to
oh,
Steve
okay.
Spurrier.
Exactly. He's like, no ball coach, I'm retiring now because of this DraftKings. And it was really weird. Also because South Carolina is in debt, hundreds of millions of dollars to fine. Don't worry about that part of it.
They could win that back
that's
on
it.
DraftKings, though.
True.
They really could. One day fantasy football could net him $1 million. Holy shit. But yeah, you would think that football would be the only one, but then you're like, baseball teams play pretty much every day. So
But what if there's like only one hockey game on a night? Like, do you just
Yeah,
pick
that's
like, the best players from that one game, and you're like, woo, I won?
well, and hope that everyone else doesn't pick the same amount of people.
Yeah.
Because then you split the pot, and then it's just really worthless. You win back your earnings. It's just like, oh, this is worthless.
I didn't know
then you
that
see
you
one
could
guy who
gamble on sports online.
This is not gambling. DraftKings and FanDuel are saying this is not gambling. They're saying it's a game of skill, not a game of chance.
There's money involved, right? It's gambling. We should have had Sean on tonight. Damn it!
I
Yeah,
know.
no kidding.
Tell them that, because everyone is pissed off at them because it's not gambling and they're trying to regulate it, and everyone in Congress is like, this is gambling, and they're like, ha ha ha, we're not taking as much as Vegas does, so fuck you, it's not gambling. We're only taking 9%. The VIG's usually 11, so we're good. We're under that precipice.
Yeah,
So,
I have
yeah.
kind of wondered how they were allowed to do all of this stuff. I mean, I guess it's really no different than the lottery, though, right? Can you play the lottery online? I don't think so.
No, you can't. Not that I know of. Well, you can order you can order like packages or whatever, but I don't think you can actually pick your numbers. Actually, I don't know. I don't know how it is in the United States of America. In Canada, I don't think we can. But of course, there's like convenience stores every 15 feet, so you can go to the gas station and get yourself a lottery ticket. So
And beer.
no,
Oh.
no beer. We have liquor commissions, and they make sure no beer in supermarkets, no beer in gas stations, no
So
beer
it's like
except
Maryland.
Kinda, except for Maryland has drive-through beer stores, so that's something.
That's true.
Sorry. The drive-through liquor store could be the greatest invention Maryland ever had,
That's
more
true.
than the crab.
The crab just kind of showed up, let's be honest. The drive-through
Right.
liquor store is genius.
Drive-through liquor stores forever, just like Batman Forever.
Yep.
That was a terrible movie, by the way. I don't think I had to tell you guys that. It's a fucking just a freaking hellhole of a movie.
Is that the movie that Kissed by a Rose was in?
Yes. The soundtrack could have been the best, but the rest of the movie was just garbage. So, speaking of fantasy, how's your fantasy hockey teams doing in the Fantasy Face-Off Hockey Show Fantasy Hockey League Fantasy
Oh.
Hockey?
I'll check that real quickly. I
think-
somehow I don't think I told you my team, did I?
I don't think you did. I don't think we unveiled our teams.
Oh, no one has?
I don't think so.
I'm losing right now 6-5. It appears to Who am I losing to? Get out of here. The Camel Toes. I'm losing 6-5, but this is the stat of the week right now. We have, how many days have we played? 6?
Right now it's 7. 6 or 7.
I have 141 face-off wins.
Wow, Jesus Christ. Who do you have? Yannick Perreault and Ron Brendamore on your team? What's going on?
I have Claude Giroux, Matt Duchene, Daniel Sedin, Tyler Ennis, David Backus, Nathan McKinnon.
Wow.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centers that are starting today, and on my bench I have Tyler Toffoli and Jeff Carter, who are also centers. And
I've got 6 centers eligible, and I only have 54 wins. Fuck my team.
Wow. Yeah, I have 141. Face-off wins is going to be my category this year. It does not look like plus-minus will be, though, because I am a minus 13.
Wow. Yoinks. Yeah, I'm a minus 11. Jesus, what the hell's wrong with my team? I'm tied 4-4.
But I have 3 short-handed points.
That's good.
So I got that going for me.
I've got the goals category, wins, goals against, and saves. So
have you gone through team names at
I have team names at my disposal right now.
Yeah, I have I left my name the same, Backus Streets Back. The Camel Toes, the Papadocs, Clucking Fun, Boychuk Chuck's Boys. Interesting.
That's one.
Solani-less Flying V. Walker the Wild Side. Anonymous Shrew, which I'll tell you that story. That was a good one. Leahy's Limes.
Nice.
And the Mother Puckers.
Yeah, it's tried and true.
Yeah. So during fantasy cycling season, Phil and I were looking at the spreadsheet that I created in order to keep track of scoring and everything, and all of a sudden some random person ended up like inside of the spreadsheet, and it looked like they were viewing the spreadsheet, and the person was called the Anonymous Shrew. And we were like, what the hell is going on? So I got out of it and came back in, and then they were gone, and we've never seen them again. So
dun dun dun.
Yeah, I think he was trying to steal shit.
Duh. I'm tied 4-4 right now. My team is kind of hot garbage. Although I got a goalie, so Lyle's gonna have fun with that. Lundqvist has got me 3 wins already.
Is the name of your team Hot Garbage?
I wish. No.
It could be. You could change it.
We'll try. No. Tried and true Glenburnie HG. I'm not gonna be like somebody. There's people who change it every week, and I'm just like, who are you? I don't know who you are. How did you get in here? Some fun team names we've got: Ranta and Rave.
Nice.
Good. Mata of Fact.
Okay.
That's good.
Nitro Hercus.
Okay.
The Prusty Trombone.
Nice.
And Todd P. Butts with Zidlickety Split.
You just can't let Zidlicky go. Merrick. Oh, well, this is a Merrick, I guess, not a Oleg or an Lubomir.
Oh, well, first off, he's got Ovechkin. So he unwittingly picked Ovechkin when he wasn't there. He's got Jakub Voracek. He's got Andrei Markov, Merit Zidlicky, and then he's guys who sound Russian like Joe Pavelski. And James Van Riemsdyk and
Nice.
Andrei Pavlich. So
we've got Debbie Does Dallas Drake. That would be me.
that's nice.
America Falk, yeah.
Cool.
Knuckle Puck Ninjas, Let's Go and Win, Army of Puckness, Natty Bovechkin, Briz Khalifa, which I sort of enjoyed.
That's good.
Tuca on my Pekka. Giant Pekkas. Everybody loves Pekka. Who
Wow,
doesn't?
you have all the Pekkas in yours.
High Five a Walrus. And my personal favorite of the group, Every Day I'm Bufflin. Every day I'm
Nice.
Bufflin.
Every day I'm
It's kind of hard to say, but
It is, especially when you try to do it in rhythm and you're just like, oh wait.
every day I'm Bufflin. Yeah.
Remember when that was the song of the summer a couple summers ago? That was good times.
That was good times, man. Good times.
Remember when they were a thing? Remember when that was a... They had the tight pants and the glass, like the black hipster convention there. It was good times.
Times.
Good times.
Good times.
Great times. I'm looking at my other. I got 5 fantasy leagues going. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the hell's my problem?
And they all have the same name.
No, I have different names. Like in one of my leagues, I got You're Not the Fada.
Nice.
That one's good.
There's another. The other ones in this league include first off, Tim Thomas MVP. That's hilarious. I Promise I'll Try. That's another good one. The Taxi Cab Confessions.
Oh,
You know, She
Yeah.
Gave Good Headman. Ennis the Menace. That's cute. Yeah, that was the only one there, and the other ones are just Rangers based. Just Rangers based at that point. I got another one. One of my other teams is called Jody Gage Match. Former. That's for the one for the sin bin. I put a minor league spin to it. I'm like, haha, Jody Gage was a minor league hockey player. Do it this way. And we got one's Party Everly Day. That's a good one. The Dallas Donkey Punch. That's weird.
Yes. I don't get that one.
And of course, the Don't Tase Me, Bro. That's a tried and true that hangs over for year to year. And that's the end of that.
Good group.
Then the other ones I'm just in serious competition. I don't think there's any fun ones there. So especially Leahy's league. Yep, nope, nothing. Nope. The Crosby Show. That's about it. Leahy's team is called License to Ilya. So
that's good.
That's pretty solid.
That is good.
pretty clutch. Pretty clutch there, fancy man. And there we go. So shall we get to some news, gentlemen? Because we've got some injuries upon injuries upon injuries upon injuries.
Everybody got hurt this week.
In a big way.
See what condition my condition was in.
What condition my condition was in.
I think my hair is
Alright.
getting ready for Mark's wedding.
I need to cut mine.
Is it?
Yeah, it's nice right now. It's very
I do
full.
too.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think I gotta cut mine sometime this coming week because I got a visit coming up and then I got the trip back home. So I gotta make sure everything's all situated. Some injury news, ladies and germs. James Wisniewski out for the season, torn ACL. Thanks for coming out. Like the Canes needed any more problems, but one of their defensemen's out. One of their better-known defensemen's out. And another defenseman's out with Riley Nash. He's out. He is 2 weeks on the shelf with a shoulder injury. So Hurricanes just taking hits on hits on hits. Thankfully, they signed Eddie Lack to that long-term deal. Robin Lehner, the curse of the Buffalo Sabres goalie continues as he's got a high ankle sprain. He's out 6 to 10 weeks. Question, can you guess the Buffalo Sabres goaltending tandem now?
No.
Not a chance.
Right? Okay.
I know that Michael Neuvir's not there because I saw him get lit up in Philly. Well, I
That
saw the
is true.
highlights of it.
He's Philadelphia's backup now. Nathan Lewin is the backup right now to Chad Johnson, I think, is the goalie in Buffalo now.
Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco, yeah. He is there. So good for him.
Wow, just when you thought that the Sabres couldn't get any worse.
Well, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel, not only for receivers, but for goalies.
They should bring in Ocho Cinco. He's not doing anything right now.
No, he isn't. Well, he was playing in Canada for like a split second, wasn't he?
Yeah, for
Yeah, a
like a
little bit.
game. I don't even know if he played. I know that
He played for a year. He was a third wideout for Montreal. But
Oh yeah, he left the Alouettes though this year.
yeah. Seems like everyone's leaving the Alouettes. Him, Michael Sam. It's crazy. It's insane. Remember when Michael Sam was a thing? I don't.
Is it crazy insane or insane crazy?
I think it's Bananas, I think is the proper term up here in Canada.
Bananas.
There it is. Brad Marchand, concussion. He's week to week, but aren't we all?
That was actually awesome. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
I saw the highlights of that.
That's just mean.
Well, he ran himself into the other guy's elbow. It's his own fault. He tried to hit somebody that was 6'4". You don't do stuff like that. You're dumb.
His own teammate?
Yeah,
Oh no, he's 7'1".
No, it was another team. The other team guy, he went to hit him, and when he hit him, he actually hit his head into the guy's shoulder or elbow pad, which we all know elbow pads are not soft.
No, they're pretty hard capped actually.
And then he was concussed.
Pretty rough deal.
But he might be back.
Concussed.
Twitter is giving me all of my hockey knowledge right now, by the way. Just throwing that out
Sad.
there.
You should. You know what? You shouldn't go to Twitter for your hockey knowledge. I've learned that. It's a hellhole, people.
That's true.
Anyway, Robbie Fabry concussion. He's out indefinitely for the St. Louis Blues. Yet another injury for the young Fabry. Lance Boma, the rough and tumble forward for the Flames. He is out 3 months with a broken fibula. So that sucks.
Drop it, Boma.
Oh God, what's Shatner? Yeah, exactly. Drop his Lego Boomer. Kevin Shattenkirk, lower body injury. He's day-to-day. Aren't we all? Tyler Gravik of the Minnesota Wild, lower body injury, 2 weeks for him. While Dwight King of the LA Kings had foot surgery. He is out 8 to 10 weeks. So there you go.
Oof.
Whole lot of injuries in the first week. Surprised we haven't gotten more groin injuries, though.
Yeah,
Very
the groin
surprised.
is usually the first thing to go.
That's you telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Telling me. That is the hair.
Oh.
By the way, I'm growing out my beard, or at least trying to. And I'm realizing that there's a lot of gray hair in this thing already, and I'm going to have to Keith Hernandez maybe this thing. Get some Just for Men. And, Keith Hernandez will be in the booth. It'll be really weird. Good times, though. He's there, and then Roger McDowell will spit at me. It'd be a good time. It'd be a really fun time for everybody.
As long as it's not Roberto Alomar.
No, and then he says something derogatory about my sick kid and spits at me.
That's probably what occurs.
Oh, Robbie Alomar, why'd you do that? You
Never
tarnished your
change.
legacy that
Never
way.
change. Oh no, change. Because that was terrible.
Yeah, change.
You're
No,
a terrible human.
no. Yeah, it's a terrible thing for him to do. Who was the manager that was holding him back? Was that
I don't know.
Christ?
Wasn't
Was that
Christ.
when he was with the Orioles?
Yes.
Is that Dave Johnson?
I was thinking Davey Johnson because he was there for 50,000 times.
One of the incarnations of Davey Johnson managing the Orioles. I'm sure.
Yes.
Yep,
Which
it
is
was
a-
Davey Johnson. How about that?
Imagine that.
It might not have been Davey Johnson holding him back.
Davey Johnson. It was Davey Johnson holding him back. Odds are he was with the Orioles at that point. Let me go to Scotty's screen share because you can see Davey Johnson with his windbreaker under his jersey. It was in Toronto, so I don't know why he has his windbreaker under his jersey. That's just stupid. I like this version of the black uniforms better than the version they have now for some reason. There you go.
Yep, that's definitely Davey
just hanging
Johnson.
out. Sure as hell is. Goddamn right, it's Davey Johnson. Or screen sharing. I am no longer screen sharing. All right, super. There we go. Staying in Canada, the Montreal Canadiens announced 100 Bell Center. They're going to make the street outside of Avenue des Canadiens de Montréal a pedestrian walkway rather than a roadway.
Okay.
So there's that. And they're also replacing every single seat in Bell Center.
With what?
There you go.
That's what I was going to say too.
Just
Didn't
replacing it. I see.
Yeah, just replacing new seats for all the 21,000 plus seats that are in there.
with
So,
strippers from Club
there you
Super
go.
Sex.
Yay!
stripper poles.
Everyone has a place to sit.
They announced there will be a face.
Club
wasn't
Super
proud of that one.
Sex.
Club Super Sex. Apparently that's still a thing. Did not
Club
know
Super
it was
Sex?
still
Why would
a
it be?
big thing there in Montreal.
I'd assume
know.
it's still a thing.
I think you would think that the appeal would wear off after a while, but no. Apparently they're just like, yeah, it's all runch everything. Let's do this shit. You eat a young lady out there on the stage immediately and have her run off the stage in fear. Bring her up there unsuspectingly, and then John Swatala lives to tell a tale about it. That was a good time.
That's fine. I'm glad that I lived through that night because I was extremely drunk.
Yeah, no, we remember that night. I think Mark walked you home because you were completely hammered from the show, and then we had more libations elsewhere.
Yes,
And then I think it was the 32-ounce rum and cokes that really did us in.
I believe you're right.
Isn't there a
Yeah.
picture of Mark and Greg drinking pitchers of rum and coke?
Sure is. It's on my Fatri book. That's there. Should I bring that one up too? Should we just bring all the memories up?
All of
Bring
them?
up all the memories.
I don't know
All
about
the
all of
memories. Every single one.
Maybe
Most
not.
of
I
the
wasn't
memories,
even
'cause that's
in
how
that far with the rum and cokes. I didn't even make it to that. I didn't get through dinner.
Did we have dinner that night? I don't think we did.
Didn't we eat in an Italian
Sure.
place? Like pizza
Oh, that's
and
right, we did.
pasta and stuff?
See? You remember. I don't remember jack shit. No, we did eat there. That was the first stop, and then we tried to break away, and then we all met up again. It's just like, oh shit. Everyone else went to like Club Super Sex. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna go drinking at this place because it was pretty cool, and we're just gonna go back there again. And you guys have fun with your Club Super Sex. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this garbage. We said. Also, the mystery meat at the gas station. That was something. The mystery meat was a fun thing. Then we tried to buy beer at like 3 in the morning, just like, no. And, that was a fun thing had by all. So here we go. Here's the picture of two gentlemen holding up.
Wow,
just
look at Mark
rum
with
and
all that
coke.
hair.
Yeah, Mark's looking fancy.
Why was that a good idea? Weren't the pitchers of rum and coke like $5 or something, you guys said?
They were really cheap, yes. Like way too cheap for what a Coke and rum should be.
It's a good picture, though.
Am I lagging that far behind?
No. I don't know what happened to Scotty. It looks like he might have froze.
Perhaps he did freeze.
Oh, no. That means we have to talk about hockey.
Nah, no we don't. I mean, it's just about time for Lyle to get on anyway. Maybe we should just get Lyle on.
It's only 8:18. We were going to talk about the 3 stars of the week next.
3 stars, according to whom?
I guess the NHL. They're talking about Justin Abelkader and Oscar Lindbergh
Mm-hmm.
and Mike Smith as being the 3 stars of the week. See what happens when you bring up pictures of Greg and Mark. It brings down the internet.
Apparently. Yeah,
The-
I was yelling
the
at me
Mark
because my
versus
internet
Greg
connection was just fucked. Yeah. How about that? So we'll close that one out. How much was those pictures? It was $10?
We were saying that it was something like insanely cheap, like
It's
$5
like
or
$5
$10.
or $8 maybe. Yeah.
I just heard stories about this. That was actually the year that they.
You were there, but only.
I wasn't in that bar. Well, actually, no. I take that back. We were in that bar previously, weren't we? Isn't that where we got the team picture? That was like the size of my chest. Or maybe not.
No, you were there for a brief time because we met up with the Islanders people, and then Mark took you home after that. 'cause
I don't remember any of that.
You were you were in no condition to be there for the rum and cokes.
In no way, shape, or form. I had
It was
enough
quite the
rum and
time.
Coke. I didn't I eat? Didn't I drink like most of a bottle of Captain Morgan during the show?
Probably.
Bad
You had
news.
something mixed with Sprite. I know that much.
Bad news.
Bad news, Browns. All right, New Jersey Devils named Andy Green captain. Anyone have any problems with Andy Green being captain?
The extra
didn't even
E.
know he was
I have a
still
problem
playing.
with the extra E.
Extra E's there, and yes, we're all wondering where the hell Andy Green went, and apparently it's New Jersey. So everyone's all right. Well, there is a problem with New Jersey, but we will move on. There's no Lou Lamoriello now. It's Ray Shiro, and it's really weird and throwing me off. I think that's what I have a problem with. And the Anaheim Ducks owners are claiming double-digit millions of dollars in losses this season.
Is that even possible?
Comments, complaints, questions. They're saying that they're 20th in attendance in the NHL. So there's that. And they said they're giving their management all the money they can to build a winning team, and that could be throwing off their profitability as well. Double-digit $1 million. Don't know how well that plays. Don't know how plausible that is. But I don't understand how they're the third best team and yet 20th in attendance. That's concerning to me. How the hell is this working out?
It's still nice outside. Why would you go to a hockey game? Plus the Dodgers.
It's true. It's true.
I mean,
Well,
it's
if they
close,
win,
right? I mean, it's not like it's not Anaheim. I mean,
It's
you're not
the
even from
Angels,
LA.
right?
You're from Anaheim.
Exactly. Oh God. Where are statistics? Where would I find attendance on you? Ospen. By the way, the WNBA Finals apparently is going on. So if you want to go bet on that like David Piacomi does, then go ahead and have fun with that. Oh, for fuck's sakes. My computer is really shitting the bed right now. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of it right now. As a fan, I'm not a fan. So, good Christ, here we go. NHL attendance. Anybody? Come on. By the way, if you want hockey cards this year, go to Tim Hortons. You can buy a pack for $1 if you buy a large hot coffee or hot beverage or coffee beverage. I don't know what the hell they're doing. You can get a frozen beverage. It'd be great too. So, got that going for you.
Are they
but-
holograms?
No, they're Tim Hortons branded, but I don't know if I doubt they're holograms. It'd be great if they were. All right, so last year Anaheim was 20th in attendance, averaging 16,874, which is 98% capacity for their home games.
Well, that sucks.
Interesting.
98%.
How are they not making money again?
I don't know. Let's see what Henry Samueli has to say about it.
That sounds like a mismanagement of a
Find
team, team expenses.
Where's all this money going? We bought Disney World passes, Coach. Well, what the hell? You weren't supposed to buy all the Disneyland passes. Players are making enough money. You can go ahead and let them buy it themselves.
What are we gonna do with all these wristbands, though?
Coach, what are we going to do with all the Mickey Mouse dollars that we can only use the dollar at this place? Don't buy the Mickey Mouse dollars. Simple as that. Just don't buy it. Jesus Christ, when did this story happen? Fuck's sakes. Just scrolling back. I don't even know what the hell. I really should put links to this damn thing in the goddamn notes, but I'm not. Why would I do that? That'd be too easy. JF Berube made his appearance. That was fun. You guys heard anything about the video review? Have you guys seen that? Have you had fun with the coach's review? Have you had that people talk about the coach's review to you?
I don't know anything about a coach's review.
I saw the one from the Caps game last night. It was also on Twitter. I think Butchergrass might have retweeted it, though. That's the only reason I saw it. Yeah, has it been working? I think that there have been like a couple that didn't work at all, right? That they didn't change the call.
They said the Caps one is one of the standards. We'll get to that here in a second, but I found the article finally. I did what we call kill time. The Samuelis maintain their commitment to owning the Anaheim Ducks, which they've done for 10 years. On top of that, they say they're willing to give management enough money to spend on player contracts in order to put the best possible ice. However, the club is looking to make a extra ticket revenue would be nice for owner Hammy Samueli. The minute the Ducks aren't exactly flying high financially. Told the Los Angeles Daily News, the only thing I'll say is our loss is in double-digit millions. His wife Susan said it'd be nice to break even someday. In a market like this, you have to put a winning team on the ice to get a fan base. We've made it clear from day one that we're going to be it's going to be our mission in life to put competitive teams on the ice. It's a culture that's been building
Hold on.
in the organization.
They're talking about not having a winning team. Have they not been to the playoffs like every year in the last 4 years and gone to the Cup, the Western Conference semis, or finals like 2 of the last 3 years?
Something like that. Something like that.
But they're not making any money.
Apparently not. 20th in home attendance. They got to raise their ticket prices. How about you do that, guys? Raise your ticket prices a bit with these winning teams. Stop giving away tickets, and then you'll be fine. Winning breeds passionate fans. It's hard to breed more passionate fans when you're 20th in attendance and you're filling your building up 98%. I don't know how much more you need to put on the ice, champ. I don't know. Getting ready for the next lockout in 10 years, so we're just planting the seeds right now. Just plant the seeds right now, we'll be fine.
It'll grow a lot in 10 years, though.
There we go. All right, so Caps waved off goal, a sign of things to come with coach's challenge. Yeah. People want coaches challenges, but it's already clear the price for getting calls right down the road is going to be some false positives early on. And a lot of people are saying that just because, especially with this apparently this goal should have been counted because Jay Beagle was not in the crease and didn't interfere with Martin Jones at all. He was pushed into the goalie, but apparently, overturned the call on the ice, which was goal. So there are going to be a lot of ticky-tack things, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I've seen a couple of calls go okay. I've seen a couple of calls go garbage. Yeah, are we expecting goal? I mean, what did they expect with coaches' challenges? There's going to be times where it's not going to agree with what the replay says, and I don't know. What's the percentage of getting it right in football because of coaches' challenges? I mean, how many plays are inconclusive?
Well, do they use the same, the call on the field essentially stands mentality in hockey?
I think they do. I'm pretty sure they do.
So unless there's overwhelming evidence to overturn it?
Yeah, or they're depending upon how the rule is written, because in the Beagle thing was ruled a goal, and then they had a coach's challenge and they went upstairs and Beagle had just skated past the crease and got pushed in the goalie, and then they called goalie interference on it. So by the letter of the law, it was technically goalie interference, but it didn't take into account him being pushed. It was just him touching Martin Jones ever so slightly, like a gentle brush, like in Face Off. Like in Face Off, when Nick Cage touched John Travolta's wife and told it was him, but his different face. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a good time in cinema.
That was a good time.
Well, was a fun time in cinema. I think that was the best cinematic moment we've ever had in our lives. That's just me. I'm a big mark for Face Off. Not really. I don't think I've seen the movie all the way through. I think I've seen bits and pieces on like TBS here and there.
Bits and pieces, bits and pieces.
There you go. Has there ever been a supercut of movies that have been edited with terrible replacement of curse words? If so, send that to me.
YouTube's got to be on one on YouTube.
Too lazy to find it.
There's a good scene
Fairly lazy to get
when you watch Spaceballs on USA. The scene where he asks how many assholes we got on this ship. Anyway, it's like completely dubbed over that entire scene.
Oh, is it? Nice. I guess I'll have to look both of them up. I don't know. My internet connection last out. We'll see how it goes. Doubtful at best. Doubtful at best. I don't know why. It's not raining. Usually the rain and the snow is the only thing that really damn the internet connection.
It might be snowing.
Oh God! Don't say that because it snowed a couple weeks ago. Don't say that. Anyway, should we get Lyle on so he can gloat about the Blue Jays?
Sure.
Aren't you like?
Did
you
they
got to be
protest?
sort of excited about the Blue Jays too, Scotty.
Why?
So you can cheer with the rest of Canada.
I could give a shit about the Blue Jays. If their plane crashes into a chasm tomorrow, I wouldn't be sad. If this all turned into a Thurman Munson situation, I wouldn't be that mad. If it turned into a Roy Munson situation, it'd be even more hilarious. And they all have rubber hands. It'd be great. I don't know. I don't like the Blue Jays.
That'd be hard to
They're
throw
a
a
bunch of
baseball.
pompous. It would be. I think they're. And I just hate Toronto sports in general, for the most part. That includes Toronto FC and the Argonauts. So.
Wow, that is a deep cut when you go all the way down to Toronto FC.
Yeah, man. But hey, they're gonna make the playoffs, so I guess. I think. I don't know. So they keep telling me they're gonna make the playoffs this year. All right, cool, fine. But no, I couldn't give two shits about the Blue Jays. AL team is the Astros, who might get eliminated tonight, and then the NL team is gonna be the Cubbies. Love me the Cubbies.
So.
Love me some Joe Madden.
Isn't this the year that the Cubs were supposed to win the World Series in Back to the Future?
It is.
Back to the Future. Yep.
I mean, that's the only reason why I want them to win, to be honest.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Who do you want to win?
The Cubs to
The
win it all.
Cubes.
Oh, that would be, yeah. I mean, my rule of thumb when it comes to following the baseball playoffs is Blue Jays. Then if the Blue Jays are eliminated, or if they don't make it, Red Sox, because they're the closest team to where I live. If they don't win, or if they don't make it in, then I always cheer for the team who's gone the longest without a championship. So if the Blue Jays get eliminated, go Cubbies.
There you go.
But what?
It was looking bleak here for the
Yes,
first
I'm going to
week.
gloat, Scotty was. And I don't care if you want the plane to crash. Screw you, hippie. We don't care. Ha! Ha ha! Ha ha ha.
Did you play left
I
center?
waited 22
Were you a
years.
middle
I
reliever?
waited 22
Were you a
years.
middle reliever?
Yeah,
Were you
yes,
a
I
middle
was
reliever
actually.
with this
Yes, I
wee
was. Yes, I was. Yes, I was actually. I was actually.
I believe it. I can believe it.
Prove me wrong.
Miles sounds like a fantastic middle reliever.
Thank you. Oh man, the relief I get. Oh yeah, there you go. There's my middle reliever. Now here's my middle relief right now. Oof, what a game!
There
That
we are.
was a crazy seventh inning. But anyway, they've won, and
It had
I
a
don't-
lot. That series had a lot of weird moments to it.
It did. It did for sure. Weirdness. It really did. But glad it's over with and done with. Now it's as I mute the Astros and Royals. Astros up 2-0. By the way, as we speak. Bottom of the second. There you go.
Fell below
Scotty's such a bitter guy. See, now if your Orioles were in there, would I be sitting down and wishing bloody, fiery plane crash death on them? No. Because I am Canadian.
because they wouldn't get out of the first
don't
round.
care.
They'd be already eliminated for 7 days.
You
I
were
would confuse the Orioles with the Caps.
You're just a bitter man. Speaking of the Caps, what up with Ovi sleeping in?
Hey, It's the beginning. It's game 2.
Oh, hey, listen.
Gotta get back on
That is an honest mistake. I mean, that's something that. How many times have we all done this at one point or another? You set your alarm and you think, oh yeah, I've done that. Set it and like wake up and I'm like, Jesus, it's awfully bright out for. Holy what? Oh, I set it for 6:30, not 6:30 a.m. Honk. Anyway.
Yeah, everybody does it.
At least once. So, I mean, hey, that's the first time Obi's done it in, his 10-year NHL career. I think but, hey, kudos to Barry Trotz, though, going, hey, listen, there are no exceptions. I'm sure that conversation was sort of like, Ovi, I love you, buddy. But if I let you skate on this one, and...
so to speak.
Yeah.
He didn't let him skate. That's the whole. That's the whole thing.
That's because he wasn't.
Scotty's gone to reset his router. But anyway, that explains why he's been having problems. But anyway, so how are you guys doing? Anyway,
Great.
we don't know if we get a chance to chat with Scotty hogging all the airtime.
True. Things are good. How are
Let's
you?
talk about him while he's not here. Good. As I said, baseball aside and all that, my 7-year-old niece is having her final. Actually, just had her final bout of chemo today.
That's awesome.
All done, cancer-free. As my sister-in-law said, she hopes to God that this is the last time they will see the inside of that particular children's hospital. Not that they haven't done a great job, because they did. Kudos to them and all that. But it was quite the battle. She lost her left leg below the knee, but they caught it early. I mean, listen, 35 years ago, I mean, this would have been, very much touch and go. You know what I mean? But they caught it early enough. Yeah, they had to take her lower left leg, but they caught the cancer that had been the spots in her lungs. They caught that in time, and it's been aggressive chemo, but my God, she's been a little trooper. But most of the kids, when cancer patients, when they're kids, and we think kids, they're so fragile. I mean, to go through what she's gone through, the hell she's gone through in the last 10 months, and just come out of it smiling and still being a kid. You know what I mean? Doing kid things, and just we're all really, really proud of her, and we're relieved that this is over, and she's learning to move around, to scoot around on her prosthetic legs. So we're all really, really happy.
That's good. It's good to hear.
Yeah. So that's another reason. So Jays win, and my nieces beat cancer. So I think that's a good reason to drink on a Wednesday night.
Absolutely. I agree, Lyle.
That's a good reason right there.
We need a reason to drink on Wednesday night?
Okay, I've got a justifiable reason to drink on a Wednesday.
Hey, look, I'm talking without a fucking lag. God damn it, I hate this computer, and B, I hate TELUS Network. There we go. Fuck Christ.
Are you sure it was you and not me?
What's happening there, bro? You're having some router issues,
No,
I saw.
it was me, because I was talking, and then 15 seconds later, we get to you or Lyle or John.
Mm-hmm.
So there was huge delay issues, so I just reset the router, and it seemed to be doing everything. So I think we're all caught up now. Huzzah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So Blue Jays are in a fiery crash.
In Scotty's dream world, they are.
I really hope the Astros win, because then the Colby Rasmus story will be out there.
Oh yeah.
Everyone will love.
Yeah. Rasmus comes back to the team that traded him. Yeah. He's had quite a playoff. Actually, he had quite a couple of months. He's been. I was sitting there going, "Where the hell was that bat when you played for the Jays?" Yeah, Frankenstein-looking freak.
Yeah, fucking. Let's just call him what he is, bumblefuck, because he sounds like a bad. Have you heard the boy? Man, well, I just want to go out there and play, man. I just, he's Rube Barker in an actual person. I made the rooster. Good job, Colby. Way to go, buddy.
Oh my! My!
Now my rooting interest is fully behind the Cubs, because damn, they look good.
I gotta say, man, if my Jays cannot go all the way, I definitely, because damn, man, 1908. The last time
1947 since they won a pennant.
Last time they've been to a World Series was 1945.
Oh, is it 40? What's it?
45.
45 or 46?
45. Hey, you're when you're talking 70 years ago, dude. Being within a couple of years, we call that ballpark. That's good. That's all good. But shit, I mean, come on, Maple Leafs fans are crying because 1967. Try 1908, man. How many generations is that? That's 107 years, guys. I mean, damn.
Yeah, they got and lo and behold, Theo Epstein there again to revitalize an old dead club.
Exactly. When are what? I was going to say, when are the Red Sox going to learn? But actually, they've got some good young talent on their team this year, so watch out for them next year. But anyway.
Can you name one person on that 1945 Cubs roster? Anybody. I don't care who. You can even make up a name. Odds are, I'm looking down this list, you might be right.
Dizzy Dean. No, he's St. Louis Cardinals in the 1930s. Willie Stargell. No, we are family pirates. 1979. No.
Willie Yastrzemski.
Willie Keebler.
No, not Willie Keebler. No.
Shit.
Ryan Sandberg.
I thought you were gonna say Ryan Seacrest. It'd be like,
That'd be great. There was an outfielder named Peanuts Lowry.
There you go. Back in the day when you could name your player after your favorite ballpark snacks.
Harry Lee Peanuts Lowry. His nickname by a child by his uncle, who, remarking Lowry's small size, said, "Why, he's no bigger than a peanut, I say."
I bet Harry Carey called his rookie year.
Come
on, dude. Come on, Scott. You got to do Harry Carey doing
Will Ferrell doing Harry Carey, sure.
Doing Peanuts Lowry.
Hey, Peanut. If you were named after yourself, would you eat yourself? So apparently, this is a fun fact. Lowry, growing up in Los Angeles, worked as a child actor in the R Gangs comedy.
Well, of course he did. There was only 100 people in the United States back then. Come on.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You were a ball player in the summer and an actor in the winter.
Other names include Heinz Becker,
the ketchup magnet,
Cy Block, Stan Hack, which I call my dad for his bad jokes. Hi Vandenberg.
Hi Vandenberg. There's a name you can hang your coat on. Hi Vandenberg.
And Coach was Charlie Grimm. It's not Grimm for Grimswald this year. They went 98-56 last time they won a pennant.
Oof.
There you go.
There you go. Hey.
What was their record the last time they won a series? World Series, or 1908. That's 07. Jesus, at least give them something. 1908 World Series against Detroit Tigers. The Cubs were 99-55.
And they beat Ty Cobb because Ty Cobb was on the Tigers that day. Yes, that year.
And by God, Ty Cobb got caught up with racism. It was really weird.
Yes. Who knew?
He dropped so many N-bombs that we had to censor it even in 1908. It was really odd.
They had to censor the telegraph. Beep. Beep. Ty Cobb must be up to bat.
Mordecai Three Fingers Brown won the first game for game number 1. Companies won 10-6. Overall won the second game 6-1. That can't be a real name.
Oh, of course it is. Come on, Three Fingers Brown. Let's go. Come on.
I know Mordecai Three Fingers Brown, but Orville Overall?
Overall, Orville's having a great series.
Joe Tinker hit a home run in game 2 to put that one away.
Well, of course he did. Right now, Johnny and Mark are just going, when are these guys going to shut up and talk hockey?
It's all right. They can go.
They're just babbling on.
Cubs hurler. Here's a fun fact. Orville Overall became the first pitcher in World Series history to strike out 4 batters in 1 inning in a complete game shutout. In 2013, Anibal Sanchez of the Detroit Tigers struck out 4 batters also in the bottom of the first. So there you go.
Well, there you go.
Boss Schmidt, who made the last out in the 1907 World Series, made the last out in the 1908 series.
There you go.
Well, obviously not realized it was It was also the first World Series in which neither team committed an error. What?
No, I call false on that. That can't be true.
That's the first team. Neither team committed. It's funny. They're like it's the first World Series when no one committed an error, and then the composite score line for all 5 games, 11 errors.
That might have been before they started giving out the error.
Yeah.
Average attendance for these games, 12,446.
Wow.
AKA a sellout crowd for the Miami Marlins.
Oh, soon to be the new Montreal Expos. I'm betting. I'm telling you.
There's no other team I can think of, to be honest with you.
Gonna happen. Miami Marlins.
What are they going to do with that wacky thing in center field and the fish tanks behind the plate?
Yeah. It'll be an amusement park. Come, see the place where your ball team used to play.
And they're like, wait, we had a ball team?
Yeah. Yeah, they won 2 World Series. You remember this? No memory of that. No. We're making fun of Florida sports fans, ladies and gentlemen.
Florida and Atlanta fans. I think we can get a pass for making fun of them.
Yeah. I mean, that's why. I mean, that was why I cheered for the Yankees in '96 when they were underdogs. The only time in my life I have cheered for the Yankees because, well, just because they just seem to take them for granted. You know, it was just like, oh yes, Braves are here again. Oh, they're gonna win in a whole bunch. Oh yeah. So you know what? I really hope they win. I really hope the Yankees win. I hope the Yankees beat your ass. You know. And they did.
There was a while the Braves were insufferable.
Oh, they were. Mid-90s, yeah.
Early to mid-90s. Well, and then you realize who were they playing against. Barry Bonds couldn't get Sid Bream out, and I think Sid Bream had a walker.
Oh, my God, I know. Wow.
That was why he started taking the roids.
Yeah, maybe. It's like,
What's the point of it?
Nothing to do with hitting home runs. It was like he couldn't throw the ball from center field to home plate to throw out Sid Bream running from first.
I mean, you know, the first year when they went to the World Series against the Twins, I mean, for me that was a toss-up. You know, it really was. I mean, you know,
franchises.
Yeah, but Kirby Puckett.
I mean, I loved Kirby Puckett back in the day. I mean, you know, it's sad how his what was left of his life turned out after baseball, but I mean, you know, he was a hell of a player. You know, loved Kirby Puckett. Even though the Twins had beaten the Jays in '91 to get to the World Series, it didn't upset me. I was like, but yeah, you know. But then in '92, the Braves had to die, and I was glad that the Jays beat them. And then, you know, but then they won in '95, and it was like, well, okay, they've waited long enough to get their World Series. But it was like that moment, once they got their World Series, once they beat the Cleveland Indians, it was just like, yeah, then they kind of got insufferable, and they had to be taken down a peg, and that set the stage for the one and only time in my life that I cheered for the New York Yankees.
That was the anti-Chicago Cubs because they played like the games were played on the Superstation and TBS.
Yeah.
And like it's just like you can enjoy the Cubs because it's something about a lovable loser. But then the Braves got there and they had Glavine, Smoltz, Steve Avery, Greg Maddux.
Maddux was just fantastic. He was, like I said, I mean, of all the Braves, I have to say he was the one player I liked. The same as Derek Jeter was the one player on the Yankees I liked throughout. You know, hated the Yankees, but I admired Derek Jeter. You know, hated the Braves, but I admired Greg Maddux because man, he was just a dynamo on the mound, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, kids.
Way back in the '90s.
In the '90s, for you millennials.
My goodness! Now go back to being hipsters. Enjoy yourselves.
Please go open another cereal restaurant. Yes, we all want. Yeah.
Speaking of Florida sports fans, though, did you guys talk about Yager bringing back the mullet?
Last week we did. We did. That's man, I am so looking forward to this. It's like we were saying. I mean, you know, Yager's. You know, he was insufferable for a while there, back in the late '90s, the early aughts. But, you know, since he came back...
But he brought that on himself, too.
Oh, of course he did. Oh, of course he did. I'm not excusing him. I'm not excusing him. He absolutely did.
You know, the whole thing's... one of the great lines of All-Star games in the past when the Eastern Conference team got scored on, and I don't know who it was from ESPN, turns and interviews Jaromir Jagr on the bench, and he goes, "How does it feel to start off the game at -1?" And he goes, "I'm beginning to get used to it." And that was when he was playing for the Capitals.
Yeah. was it when he was playing for the Capitals or his final season or two with the Penguins when he said he felt like he was dying inside.
Oof.
Yeah,
Could
that's
have been
brutal.
one or both.
Yeah, I don't know if I think he was still with the Penguins when he did that. I think it was just before Mario announced he was coming back. So I think it was early in that season. I think because he was saying, "What's I feel like I'm dying inside." I'm sitting there, I'm like, "What the hell?" What the hell?
Not
But
wrong.
since he came back from the KHL, it's been like, yeah, it's like he's relaxed and groovy. He's pretty cool.
He said he knows he can play until 50.
I hope he does. As long as he doesn't
would
embarrass
enjoy that.
himself, I hope he does. Hey.
Well, hey man, he's doing pretty good for himself right now, considering he's
He's got a
point per game
couple of
right now.
he's got a couple of really good young kids he's playing with there in Florida right now, in Alexander Barkov and Jonathan Huberdeau. I mean, that's going to be a lease on life for him. And those kids are soaking it up because he's got a lot of experience that he's passing on. Like, they practically worship the ground this guy walks on, and he's not, you know what I mean? He's not taking advantage of the situation for his own selfish reasons. It's like he's happy being a mentor now. You know what I mean? So it's like, the lion in winter is like, you're kind of cool now. You're kind of relaxed and groovy. I loved it when he was young. When he first broke into the league, he was young and exciting. But yeah, around the time when his last season with the Penguins, when he went to the Capitals, he got insufferable. But it's changing.
I wonder how much him owning a team over in the Czech Republic and dealing with it that way has made him more of a mentor and open up his eyes.
That's an excellent point, Scotty. I think you're right. I think that probably has a lot to do with it.
Because he bought Klondo a few years back and then played for them in the KHL or in the Czech League. I'm just wondering, I wonder if that wised him up a little bit and made him open his eyes to saying, hey, maybe I need to be more nurturing than just being an asshole. So that could be something.
Well, and I also think too that, I mean, he's realizing now that age is catching up to him, and it's like, make the most of what playing time you've got left. I mean, let's face it, the guy is physically a freak of nature to still be able to go and play decently. I mean, I had written him off back at in 2013 when the Bruins acquired him. I mean, he had a bunch of assists in those playoffs, but he couldn't buy a goal, for God's sake, and he looked really slow in the final against Chicago. And I was like, okay, shut her down, he's done. But damn, he turned around, had a great season with the Devils after that. And, yes, it didn't work out for him in the second season there with the Devils, but I mean, God, the team was gutted by that point, But he goes on to Florida, and everybody just laughed. Like, Florida? Why does he want to go to Florida? And I mean, why would the Panthers deal for him? And it's like, okay, you're hoping to make the playoffs, but shit, And not only did he turn things around and love it there, but, he wanted to stay. And damn, like I said, I think that's the Panthers are a building team, and they're my dark horse to make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference this year. And I really think you can't turn your back on them, especially with Jágr playing with those two kids.
Yeah, I mean, he's like I said, he's a point per game after 3 games, point per game guy, 2 goals and an assist. And when he was with the Panthers last year, the 20 games, he had 18 points. So I mean, he's got something left in the tank, and it's just a matter of staying healthy, I think, is really the big thing.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing, too, is it wasn't just his point level that improved, but Barkov's and Huberdeau's as well when he joined. Like, they were those two kids started slow, and they picked up in mid-season, and they were playing better. But once Jágr got there, it was just like everything clicked for them all at once. And, they're red hot out of the gate.
There we go.
I hope the 10,000 fans who come out to watch him appreciate it.
Oh, Jesus, you're right. Miami fans are the worst.
Well, not only that, but, Florida Panthers has got to be said. I mean, I know Gary Bettman insists, all our franchises are fine. And I know they've got ownership sitting there saying, we're committed to building a winner and staying here. Yeah, if they don't turn things around, if their attendance doesn't improve over the next couple of seasons, you got to figure they're gone. First opportunity that there's a chance to move them, maybe to Quebec City, you got to.
Who moves to Quebec first? Is it the Marlins or the Panthers? Go.
Well, to Quebec as a whole, I'm going to say Couch.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to take Mark's answer on this one. I'm going to say couch.
Pick. Gutsy pick there, Lyle.
Thank you. You know me. I'm on the edge all the time, baby.
Actually,
Couch
you know
is
what?
always the way to go.
Couch
always
is.
winner.
Mark, have you ever gone wrong picking couch?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, maybe that's not the right question to ask.
How about we ask him again in a couple weeks here? Huh? How about we 1, 2, 3? Then he'll be wrong picking couch. By the way, Florida. Wow, look at them. 4th in attendance so far this year. 140% capacity.
Now let's see if they can keep that up.
They won't, because that was their home opener, and you're expected to sell that out. So they had 434 for their home opener. Who knows what that's going to mean for everything else? As a side to that, New Jersey, 12,842 games as an average.
You know, I don't know. No disrespect to New Jersey hockey fans, and we know that they're there and that they exist. We saw them during the championship runs and all of that. Hell, one of our good buddies is a Devils fan. But what up? Like, do they support them? Is hockey meant to be played there? Because they never. You know, even during their glory years, they were rarely in the top 10 in attendance. The hell.
I will say this: the arena's in a shitty place.
Okay, maybe that's got something to do with it. I haven't been there, so I don't know.
Arena's in contrast to that, the Miami, like the Panthers arena is in a great spot. Like it's pretty much it's out of the way a little bit, but there's it's
a nice location though.
Exactly. It's a great location, whereas Newark is literally downtown Newark, which is just garbage. And like what were we, 3 blocks from the hotel, and we had to almost run home because it was a little bit sketch. I don't know. Maybe
that was when we passed the jazz band or the jazz.
The jazz place, and then a fight broke out into the lobby of the hotel we were staying in. So
damn, man.
These things happen.
Location.
And they picked a bad one in the worst spot possible.
But I mean, I feel like the Devils have always been like this because they're so close to the Rangers and the Islanders.
Yeah, and that's a lot to go up against. You know, even
especially with the Islanders, they're getting a new arena.
Oh, yeah. You know, though. I mean, I don't know. The reaction seems kind of meh among Islander fans. I mean, I understand it's the adjustment. You know, going to a new arena. I mean, come on, they had to leave that old barn behind. The Nassau Coliseum was just. You know, that I always worried that place was going to collapse on them. You know, it was like, thank God they're finally out of there. But you know, the reaction, you know, to them playing at Barclays Center so far is just kind of.
I did see some of the opening night, I think, for the Islanders on repeat on NHL Network, and it was kind of funny to see a car behind one of the goals. Just, you know,
shades of the Euro leagues, eh?
Parked there on the stage, kind of like the Baltimore Arena.
Wow, that is like a Euro League. Holy shit!
It is, man. That's a thing they do over there in the Euro leagues.
Oh yeah, they put a car in the corner. It's Voda usually, a Voda car.
Yes, it is. Doesn't matter where they're playing; it's always a Voda car. I think it just follows them around for.
I think that's just the sponsor of the World Championships, to be quite.
Well, yeah, and the World Juniors, any World Juniors or World Championships, I'm sure. But yeah, you know, that's definitely a thing. Here's a car. Seating? Hell no. Put a car there.
Well, I wonder who has the worst seating: Barclays Center or the old Phoenix Arena, where you had to literally
No, definitely the Phoenix Arena. The old Phoenix Arena, definitely. I mean, come on, you had friggin' pillars in the way. Speaking of which, way to go, MTS Center, with your expansion there. I know you guys touched on that earlier in the week, but you know.
You mean the Bell Center?
Eh?
Did you mean the Bell Center?
The MTS Center. The MTS Center, Winnipeg.
Did we touch on that? I didn't touch on that. I touched on.
I thought you guys talked about that last week. Before I came on.
Did we? I don't think.
Thought you talked about that last week. Oh well.
I don't know.
Well, apparently, anyway, the story was, you know, they did some renovations. They added some new seats. Oh, hey, great, wonderful. So some season ticket holders came in and sat down, and they wound up with obstructed sight lines because of the new seating.
I had heard that. We didn't talk about that though.
Yeah. Well done, True North. Listen. You know
They got
what's
so
going to
many
happen.
things on their plate, Lyle. They got so many things. Got a
Of course.
new AHL team. They're rebuilding the practice facility, so it's an AHL facility next
Yep.
year. So they're not playing in the same arena.
You
These
know,
things happen. It's
and-
lost in the sight.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about this before. It's only a matter of time till they start making noises about needing a new arena. It's going to happen, kids.
Oh God, I hope so.
Gonna happen.
I hope so, because that
Now-
arena's in a bad place too. I don't like the placement of the MTS Center. There's again zero parking, and there's zero transit in Winnipeg too.
Well, and there's no
So-
room to expand that facility.
Nope.
They cannot expand that facility. And I've heard Jets fans go, "Oh, why are you yelling about it?" It's like, listen, in 10 years' time, it's going to happen. True North is going to say, we cannot continue going on the way we have. We're charging too much for, and that's what's going to be their excuse. We're charging our fans far too much. We need a bigger arena. If we have a bigger arena, we'll be able to lower costs, make it more affordable for our fans. Bullshit. You are
But
not going to be able to
they'll
get
saying that
by.
to the public behind closed doors. They're saying, "Listen, look at how much money we're leaving on the goddamn table."
Exactly. Especially wait until a franchise gets into Quebec City. How many seats in there? 18,000? What's in the Metronome or whatever they call themselves?
Who?
The
What? Who?
Thunder,
now?
the Thunderdome in Quebec City.
The
Metronome.
metronome would be a
Metronome?
great
That'd be
name
great.
for.
What do they call? Hang on. What do they call? I think it's
It
called.
just goes.
Exactly.
I may be naming it wrong. Hang on. Let me just. Okay, I'm sorry. The Videotron Center.
Videotron Centre. It is.
Wasn't that a friggin' David Cronenberg movie? Videotron? Way
that's a-
back in the early '80s. I seem to
Well,
recall that.
I'm gonna have to jump to get that reference because that one's.
Yeah, oh, I know. I know you will.
18259 for hockey.
Yeah. So guess what? When a franchise wounds up there, no, Videodrome was what it was called.
There you
Sorry,
go.
my
This
bad.
looks like the Sprint Arena, by the way, the Sprint Center in Kansas City.
Oh, it's definitely modeled after it.
Oh, imagine that.
It's not as big of a disco ball.
Yeah.
So.
But, once that happens, and listen, they're going to turn around, they're going to be seeing, already seeing, a new arena being built in Las Vegas. A new arena is going to get built in Seattle. But I'm telling you, when an NHL franchise gets relocated, because it's going to happen, to Quebec City,
Well,
that's when you're going to see True North start saying, we need a bigger arena.
Wasn't that one of the holdups that the NHL was in general with going back to Winnipeg was the size of that arena because it is only 15.
That
15 a little more than
was
15.
that was the only real concern that they had. I mean, the market size was an issue because it would still be the smallest market in the NHL, which it
Right.
still is. But the thing was, True North, though, they did it right. Their whole expansion thing. They didn't make a whole bunch of noise. They didn't try and do the ball silly tactic of trying to, do the end run around you and sneak a franchise away from, a market that you want to stay. No. They did it right. They were patient, and they got rewarded for their patience. And as I said, Winnipeg is a fantastic hockey town. I've never ever disputed that. But the problem is their market size, and they cannot stay in that arena that they're currently in forever. I know it's a new arena, but you can't expand it. And you can't, I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to charge fans what the Toronto Maple Leafs charge to come out to watch their games? The Toronto market, they can bear that brunt. They can afford to carry that kind of ticket prices. Jets can't afford to carry that. Winnipeg can't afford to carry that forever. To go to an arena with, a little over 15,000 in seating. They just can't. So,
I'm interested into what's going to happen in terms of what the Manitoba Moose are going to put onto that in terms of just how are they going to go ahead and I guess either strain or something to that market. Is it going to be, are people going to get fed up with the Jets and go to watch the Moose more? Are the Moose going to get left out of all of this? Like, how is a team going to balance?
Well, I think ultimately it's going to depend on how the Jets play. Listen, Jets fans are going to pay as much as they can pay to go and watch the Jets as long as they're, successful, have some modicum of success. I mean, making the playoffs last year for that franchise was huge. Now, I'm not saying they would have seen a significant drop-off in their attendance last season or going into this season, but fans were starting to grumble a bit going into last season because they hadn't made the playoffs yet. There was a sense that it was a franchise that was spinning its wheels. Now, they made the playoffs last year. That was great, Fans are willing to forgive them getting swept in 4 games. At least they made it reasonably competitive despite being swept. They were competitive, but the fans are going to want more than just, it's not enough to make the playoffs now. Okay, they have to at least win a round, and they want to see success. They want to at least see a team that's going to be a contender every year. That's what they want. And if all they're going to be is just a marginal playoff team, I mean, it's going to be in a few years' time, like let's say that they keep making the playoffs, but they keep getting bounced in the first round, it's going to reach a point after a few years where that's not going to be enough. And yeah, if the Manitoba Moose are doing great in the AHL and it's a more affordable game and more entertaining, going to siphon some of that crowd away,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a fun situation. If by fun you mean nerve-wracking and annoying.
If True North is willing to spend their own money out of pocket to build themselves a bigger arena in Winnipeg, great. Yep. Fantastic. That'd be awesome. Or if they're willing to go, okay, look, if the province and the city kick in 40%, we'll do 60% or 65%. Great.
They have to have a majority is essentially what you're saying.
Exactly. I mean, I think it would be best if they paid for it all themselves. We keep hearing about, their billionaire ownership. Well, great. Then you can afford to build your own damn arena. The Canadians did. So, build your own arena, but at least a majority. But I just have a bad feeling it's just going to be the same kind of noxious stuff we saw in Edmonton, where Daryl Cates was trying to, and Daryl Cates can afford to build that arena out of his own, his own money or with most of it. But look what he threatened to do. He did that, whole, we're just looking at other options. We're looking at all our options. Yeah, which explained our little trip down to Seattle, which was just a very blatant attempt to try and scare, Oilers fans into putting pressure on their municipality to please fund a new arena.
To be fair, they were waiting for that dirty, dirty oil money to mix with their dirty, dirty pharmacy money, and then everything would be fine.
Though I will say this, it was kudos to Gary Bettman that got a deal in place whereby, the city and the province aren't going to be out of pocket for the whole shot. Cates has to step up to the plate and pay a fair share himself. But that was Bettman who brokered that deal, so good on him. Yet another nail in the whole coffin of Gary Bettman hates Canadian teams and wants to move them all to the States.
Gary Bettman's like, listen, we've seen pharmacy prices, so let's not fuck around here, boys.
Have you seen what some of these little shitheads are charging now for cancer drugs that used to only be $5? Come on!
AIDS drugs, Lyle.
Yeah, it's AIDS drugs.
Oh, no, cancer drugs, too. Cancer drugs, too. Cancer drugs, too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Say it 3 times.
But I'm serious, though. It's not just the AIDS drugs. They're doing it with cancer drugs as well.
Oh, I'm not surprised, but it's not this one hipster douchebag that's.
No. It's not just him. No, this is a group. I saw it on CBC about a week and a half ago. It's a group. It's a pharmaceutical company based in Quebec. How charming.
That's how they built their goddamn arena. Jesus.
This is how we did it. Anyway.
Dirty, dirty drug money.
There you go.
And then also the money for the cancer medication. And also, because I was doing the other drugs.
Yeah. Oh, I was with you. All
right.
Okay.
Speaking of drugs, Mike Richards and his settlement. What happened there? What happened with this? Because this seems to be more of a mess than anything we've ever seen before, because teams are calling a foul. A foul, they say.
Okay. I'm going to try and keep this as much of the Cliff Notes version as possible. But, bottom line is, Mike Richards pushed for a settlement, because if this thing went before an arbiter, there was a very real risk that it could have gone against him, and in which case he would have been left with sweet bugger all. This was something that the NHLPA obviously went in discussions with the Kings, and it was just sort of like, okay, but look, what you're doing here is you would be setting a dangerous precedent if this is allowed to stand, so let's do a settlement here. They agreed on it. The league signed off on it. The league claims that this will not set a precedent, so teams cannot, use this as a reason to get out of shedding some high salary contracts of some aging players, or what I mean. But anyway, there are some people whose feelings are kind of, or their noses are bent out of joint over this, because if the Kings had pushed for this to go to a grievance. They probably could have won, which would have given the owners of these other teams more leverage that they could have used in other cases, perhaps, to try and test the bounds of what constitutes a breach of contract, which is what the Kings were saying that, with this whole thing, that basically Richards breached his contract because he was caught at a Canada-U.S. border crossing in possession of a controlled substance, later revealed to be OxyContin. But of course, as I said, the league, they don't want this to be a precedent because this would then be considered a loophole in their CBA. So that's why they're on board with it. The PA, of course, they were willing to go with this because obviously, they want what's best for their player. And Richards obviously was going to be on board with it because he's guaranteed money now over until 2031. The buyout is a staggered sort of thing. There will be cap hit to the Kings from now until 2031. Part of it is going to be contract buyout. Part of it's going to be the agreed upon settlement. So, yeah, I'm not going to bore you guys with all the details. It's very convoluted, but that's the way it's going to break down. Richards, in the meantime, he has a hearing on December 8th, I believe it is, regarding to the OxyContin charge. He's an unrestricted free agent right now. Apparently there's some interest, according to Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman, there's some interest in him, but I think a lot of teams, I don't know why there is, because this is a player, and I'll touch on this in a minute, but this is a player who obviously needs help. I'm not saying this to be sarcastic. He needs some help. But to come back to my original thought, they're not going to I don't think any players are going to try and sign him until after they see what happens with his hearing. If he ends up with, say, just probation, because it is a first offense, and given the small amount of the drug and the fact that he could say, well, look, this is for pain related to my job and this sort of thing, he may just get off with perhaps probation, and it won't affect his work visa, so that would mean he could continue to play in the NHL this season. Then perhaps after that, some teams might, maybe sign him to an AHL tryout contract, see how well he performs, and then maybe sign him to a one-year prorated deal, see where it goes from there. I think, though, there's a deeper issue here for Richards. I talked about him in the last couple of years of my concern about how his performance was deteriorating, and I was chalking it up to the type of game that he played. And we all heard the rumors, from back in his Flyers days about how he liked to party and all of this happy stuff. But I mean, I was among those who was really chalking the decline of his play more to the type of game that he played, because he did play a very physically demanding two-way style of game. At his peak, 4 or 5 years ago, he was among the best in the league. He was an elite player. He played for Team Canada at the Olympics in 2010. He was captain of the Philadelphia Flyers, when they made their run to the Stanley Cup final in 2010. But this decline that we've seen in his performance, is it related to pain by the type of game that he played? And if so, is that perhaps why he was in possession of a controlled substance, a painkiller, a heavy-duty painkiller? Perhaps there's a deeper issue here at play, that perhaps they need to, okay, he's taken his punishment, okay, his contract's been terminated, he's going to be having a court hearing. I do not believe he will do any jail time for. I think he'll get probation and or perhaps a heavy fine. The deeper issue here is, does Mike Richards need help? Does he need to go into the NHL substance abuse program? Because I think, most people are not, a controlled substance like that, you don't just carry that around for shits and giggles, guys. If you're a professional athlete, you're carrying that around. It's not so much just to get high. You're carrying around because you're in pain and you're looking for relief from it. And it's very easy to get addicted to that.
How is that not an option automatically for him?
Exactly.
How is that not set in stone? Before all this other bullshit happens, get him into treatment. How is that not a number one before all of this thing? How I understand the Kings did it because of salary, whatever. I mean, they had their own motives, and
yeah,
I think first off, Dean Lombardi's acting like a huge drama queen when it comes to saying that he's might not ever get over this. Get over yourself, first off, Lombardi. But I mean, in general, it almost seems like that's a number, because we look at what happened with Quick. Montreal Canadiens that recently.
Zach Cashin.
Thank
Zach
you.
Cashin.
Yeah. So you look at what happened there. Why is that not immediate? I wonder. I guess is the big question. Why didn't they immediately put him in there akin to what they did with Kassian?
I think what they've done here is, because first of all, they wanted to terminate the contract.
Sure.
So if you can't turn around and put this guy into a rehab program if you're the team, if you've terminated his contract.
Fair enough.
You're in no position to do that. But yeah, I definitely think though that this could become an issue after his court hearing's done. If he wants to get back and play in the NHL again, I think maybe the league might step in and say, okay, first condition, you have to voluntarily enroll. Yeah, we're not asking you to volunteer, but you'll be volunteer more like voluntold that you have to go into the voluntary substance abuse program first, and then after that, we'll talk about you getting your playing career back on track.
And I would think the PA would probably want to push him as well in this instance.
I would think so as well. I think that this is something right now. I don't think this is something that he is willing to do right now, because if he did, it's kind of an admission of guilt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I may be wrong on this. I may be entirely wrong on it. This is just my surmising, is that that's why he probably hasn't gone into it yet. But that could well be, with this court hearing hanging over his head, that might be the reason why.
Fair point. All right. There's that. In other happier Kings news, Anze Kopitar's close to a long-term extension, so he's got that going
Supposedly, 8-year deal is that's the maximum. So
yeah, 8 years, 7 is what we're looking at. 7.5.
More than 7.5 mil.
Or 14.
Pardon me?
14 million. We go to 14 million. I'm going, but just obviously.
I think it's probably going to be in around that 10 million per season.
That sounds.
They got no choice. They've got no choice. He's been their leading scorer every year for the past 7 seasons. He's a 2-time Selke Award nominee, Lady Byng Trophy nominee. He was their leading scorer in both their runs to the Stanley Cup final. You got to pay. You got to pay.
Man.
Pay the man.
Because he's going to need that money, because he's playing on the Team Europe team. So he needs to get lost in the crowd.
Team Europe. Boy, howdy.
Goodness gracious. Look at the...
Want to talk about Bruins? We
can talk about Bruins.
I'm just keeping an eye on the time there, Scotty, because I know we got to do our picks and all that. So
I just wanted to.
No. What was it you wanted to do?
I only had Chicago looking for a defenseman.
Yes.
Buffalo not going after a goalie, and then Austin Matthews ripping shit up in Switzerland.
Okay. Real quick.
Or wild card, the Bruins.
Well, I can do all 4 very quickly. I can squeeze it in under 5 minutes.
What cap room do the Blackhawks have, by the way?
350K. 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 Yes, if you say it 3 times, it will still stay 350K.
Yeah.
That's all they got left, but they are looking for a defenseman for their bottom third. It's understandable why. They basically have inexperienced kids on their defense in that period. I mean, their top 4 is set, no question. They need a bit of experience on that bottom third. They don't have a lot of cap space now. They can free some of it up if they maybe move, a kid like say if they demote somebody like Tikhonov. That'd free up a bit of space if they need to maybe go out and either sign somebody if there's anybody still available, or swing a trade. It's not going to be an expensive guy, that's for sure. So this could take a little bit of time. Right now, they're in no rush, because they're in a good place to be right now. They're off to a good start, so they can take their time. But, yeah, keep an eye on that. At some point, they're going to be probably pulling the trigger on a defenseman. Okay, next one.
Buffalo not going after a goalie, which coincides with Austin Matthews, I think, as well.
Yeah, Buffalo, Tim Murray wants to give the guys in his system a chance to play. Can't say I blame him. I mean, I see the logic behind it. You want to give these guys a chance to play. No, I do. I do in
that instance, but I don't, because their goaltending pipeline stinks.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you. But, I mean, this way you can say, okay, well, look, we'll give these guys a couple of who knows? Maybe you get an Andrew Hammond. Comes up and surprises the shit out of you. So
but these guys have played before last year. And the year
I know.
Haven't impressed.
I know. So, like I said, I think over and under. I think. What do you think? 2 weeks. Where's the over and under on this, Scotty? You're
yeah,
it's master.
I'd say 3 weeks. 3 weeks actually.
3 weeks at
When we
most?
get yeah, about November, early November.
Okay,
Which is a great band.
Okay. Yeah, and I think at that point they'll be going, yeah, okay, we need help. Keep an eye on Calgary. They obviously want to move a guy, Jonas Hiller. Keep an eye on the Colorado Avalanche. They got a bunch of backups they want to move. They prefer to move Reto Berra. I think that the Sabres would definitely love to get their hands on Calvin
Keep an eye on Ben Scrivens.
They don't want Scrivens.
What?
They don't want Scrivens. According to Elliot Friedman, they apparently no, they're not. The Oilers checked; they are not interested in Ben Scrivens. So there you go.
Ooh. This guy could make it successful.
Yeah, Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews, the international man of mystery, is not a mystery anymore. This kid is ripping it up in one of the best leagues in Europe right now. They
He's
said
got the
that
yellow helmet for his team.
they said that kid could have played in the NHL this season. Now, okay, maybe he could have, but I'll tell you something. He is just going over to Europe to play was a great move on his part. He's playing with adult players. He's not playing with kids anymore. He's playing with experienced pros. That is just going to elevate his game so much. Connor McDavid and Jack Eichel. No disrespect to them. Obviously, they're going to be great players, but you got to figure, man. Austin Matthews could come in red hot next year and really dominate after a year playing in Europe with veterans. Just saying.
Let's just put it this way. Right now, he's played 4 less games than the rest of the Zurich roster. He's the leading scorer with 8 goals and 10 points in 9 games played. That's pretty good.
Is that worthy of the McGuire label of monster? Is that worthy of it?
That could be monster.
Yeah, without the excitable, without the overexcited, the overcaffeinated call. Yeah, I think
you know what? It could be a monster performance. We could be looking at a monster of the game here, Lyle.
This could be the most talked about kid playing in Europe since Ovi.
Yeah, and this kid's from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Exactly.
So that's even the weirder part.
And that,
So,
yeah.
Smart move on his behest.
The Coyotes love to get their hands on him.
That would be amazing.
I wonder when Don Maloney shows up in his General Patton uniform. Because see what I did there? Because he was a tank commander.
Exactly.
I'm going to shut up and have a drink now. Carry on.
Rommel, you magnificent bastard. And then Mark Crawford's like, who the hell are you talking to? Jesus. All right. What about the Boston Bruins that makes you gloat over this team so well?
What?
Because they are terrible.
They are
terrible.
What a mess. Well, look, I mean, now we're not even a week into the season, and rumors out of Boston had them looking at shopping Chara, looking at shopping Marchand. There was some talk out of Toronto that, maybe Tukarask could be on the market, which is just absolutely feckin' crazy. That is not happening. Would they love to move Chara? Absolutely. He is past his best before date now. They would love to move him. You can't. They can't. $6.9 million a season for 3 more seasons for a guy who's 39 years old. Who the hell takes that contract on? Nobody. Marchand would definitely have value. He's only got a season left. Then he's an unrestricted free agent, so he would still have value. I could certainly see them trying to move Marchand maybe later in this season, or perhaps maybe next summer if they decide they really need to blow it up. But otherwise, it's a mess. But are we surprised? Really, is anybody surprised? Mark, Johnny, are you surprised by this?
Yeah, boys, what do you think?
John?
Well, I was just going to say that they don't have any defenders.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like, their entire defense core is hurt.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, you traded away your heir apparent. Interesting that they traded him away after Peter Chiarelli got fired. I found that very, very interesting, that then all of a sudden, all this talk about how Dougie Hamilton was, a bit of a problem in the room. He didn't like Boston. Yeah, that's a page out of the old Jeremy Jacobs, Harry Sinden playbook, which Cam Neely's been playing to perfection thus far. So, but I mean, hey, if your goal is to blow everything up and start over again, hey, you're off to a great start. But when you trade away your heir apparent in Dougie Hamilton, on defense. When Dennis Seidenberg, who's already lost a step last season because of knee injury, winds up suffering a back injury, is gone, and Zdeno Chara, the former Tower of Power, winds up getting wiped out in a preseason game of all things, suffers an upper body injury, and is sidelined for 2 games. He's still playing hurt. You know that he come back, he's still hurt, and he's not 100%. And like you said, who else is on that blue line? I mean, Torrey Krug is a fantastic little defenseman, terrific guy to have on the power play, but he's not a guy who can step up into your top 2. Adam McQuaid, he's pushing him as a second pairing defenseman. No, third pairing guy. So, and he gets hurt a lot. So look at him to be out of the roster at some point this season. Telling you, Boston, you remember how the old joke was they need a goaltender? Nah, they need a blue liner. A couple of them.
And they also need a goalie pipeline, but we'll get into that after we finish out the defense. Because Subban's, McIntyre,
Well, Subban's getting better, but I mean, you don't want to rush the kid. But let's face it. Now let's face it though. Tuukka Rask is your guy, and he's going to be your guy for years. All right. Malcolm Subban is never going to be the starter. Not unless you decide, you know what, fuck it, let's trade Tuukka Rask. The hell with it. Blow it all up. But that's not going to happen. Unless Rask demands to be traded, he's the starter there for a long time. So Subban isn't going to get a chance. He's just, maybe next season he comes in as a backup, but that kid's going to want to play as a starter someday. So, why don't you just, I mean, you signed Gustafson, he's a decent backup. Maybe next summer you go looking at bringing in a more experienced backup who's a little younger, but I think Gustafson's was a good addition. I like that signing. I think he's going to be a good addition. But beyond Subban, though, I got to agree with you. The other ones, Scotty, and behind him, no, not so good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that whole ordeal. By the way, fun fact, Austin Matthews tied for the goal-scoring lead with Corey Conacher.
Could that kid be the best American-born player ever? Could he have the potential? I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but the way they're playing this kid up, and he goes over to Europe, and so far he's just ripping it up. I mean,
who is it right now? Is it Modano? Are we saying is the best?
Was Mike Modano the best ever? I think you'd have to.
Modano or
I think you'd have to.
There.
I think you'd have.
Bill Housley, maybe.
No.
Chris Chelios.
Chelly is right up there close. It's between. I'd have to say it's between Modano and Chelios.
How about LaFontaine? That's another good point, Johnny.
Definitely in top 10. I don't think he's the best ever.
Yeah, I think
same as Housley, I would put in the top 10, but not the best ever. But
he could be, but let's not put the cart before the horse. But
meanwhile, Jack Eichel's doing pretty good with those Buffalo Sabres.
Eichel's doing really well.
Really
really well.
So far in the early going, if you're looking in the whole let's get the McDavid versus Eichel feud going here that we want to generate in the media to cheer up excitement. So far Eichel's looked the best of the two thus far.
And I think with this is we're going to get a lot better look at what he can be in a pro league.
Yeah.
What he's doing in Switzerland right now, because like you said, he's playing against men and stuff like that. Fun fact also, Pierre-Marc Bouchard leading the Swiss league with 18 points in 12 games. So there you go. Ian Bouchard. By the way, this list is a who's who of what, huh? Damian Brunner is in this list. Remember him?
Oh yeah, remember he was supposed to be the great European.
The next big thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ryan Shannon is here. Robert Nielsen is here. Like I said, Pierre-Marc Bouchard, Corey Conacher, Chuck Kobasu, Marc-Andre Bergeron, who plays with Matthews at Zurich. It's a who's who of who?
It's a who's who. It's a who's who of once highly touted players who. Yeah. Because it is. Well, I mean, Pierre-Marc Bouchard, to be fair, I mean, concussions they really sideline him. He had a really promising NHL career going until he suffered all those concussions.
New favorite player, HC Davos, is Dick Axelson.
Well, of course it is.
Dick Axelson.
Dick Axelson.
I wonder what goalies are over there. We'll click on the goalies. Rick DiPietro. What?
Hey, what? No.
Tobias Stefan is there. Cristobal Uwe. Uwe. That's a throwback.
Yeah.
Not as many Benjamin Kantz. That's a good one. That's just like saying Benjamin Kantz. Sounds like something
It's the
else.
Teutonic part of you. You just like.
Tim Wolf, not so good. He is the last goaltender with any stats. His save percentage is 55.
Ooh,
That's not good for 24 minutes in play. So,
No.
All right. All right. By the way, I'll let you guys get in on it. Western Hockey League this week. So look up your
WHL.
While I look up the stats. Oh my goodness, Mark with the C is a big winner.
Oh!
It's about time.
15 goals.
I mean, I'm good at this.
To Johnny's 8, to my and Lyle's 7 for the year. Mark 24, Lyle 21, Johnny 19. I've got a paltry 9.
Mark, you and I are butting heads again, brother. We're at it again.
Yes, we are.
It again.
Always
too good at
always
this
meant
game.
And my
super
master
well.
plan is going as
And meanwhile,
exactly.
Johnny just lays in the weeds and goes,
Johnny's
I don't
just
give a shit who
hanging
you
out.
pick. Bring
I
on
get
the meat
this.
pie. Yeah. Okay.
I am going to go ahead since me and Lyle tied, and I only have 9 and he has 21. By
You go ahead,
default, I will take this garbage bullshit thing that I'm talking about right now. You know what? Look out. There's a hurricane coming through. I will pick the Lethbridge Hurricanes.
Wow.
Because
Hey,
actually
they're
got a team
4-2 this year, man.
They're actually got
Yeah.
a team this year.
Wow. The hell?
From outhouse to hey, look at these guys.
Yeah. I am impressed.
And we
I'm
got
impressed,
28
and I don't impress easy, McMahon.
Exactly.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus. Then we go to Lyle. Your pick.
Okay. I want to keep the wrestling theme going. Hang on. Now, I could go with the obvious, but just hang on. And I'm going to go... I'm going off the page here. And I'm going to take your Moose Jaw
There it is.
Road Ultimate Warriors.
Interesting combination we've had.
There
here.
you go.
And a great name for a city.
Thank you.
And a solid city, by the way. I'm not even going to
It
lie.
is.
I stopped by there. Not as good as Medicine Hat. I drove through Medicine Hat, and that was a fun time. It's a good time for me.
I have stayed over in the Jaw. It's pretty good.
The Jowl.
The Jaw.
Johnny Pez.
I am going to. I'm gonna hope that the Astros can beat the Victoria Royals.
Nice.
Oh, way to change
I like
that. Nice little sub-reference to what's going on here. Yeah.
And then
All
Mark.
right. If you already took this team, Scotty, yell at me. But I want to go with the team that has the biggest arena that isn't an NHL arena. Because,
Oh, interesting.
I mean, that would be
You
cheating.
got
otherwise.
two NHL arenas, so
Yes. So I mean, they're automatically out. So I'm gonna. You didn't choose the Portland Winterhawks already, did you?
I did not.
No, he did
All right.
not.
Portland Winterhawks are going to this guy. In the Moda Center. It's $18,000.
I
Wait.
like the way that you're doing this, Mark. I do. Yeah.
You know if you watch Pardon the Interruption, but what Tony Kornheiser does is he picks soccer matches by attendance, or by population. So the population of the country, he picks that team to win the soccer game because they're more in terms of just the total population. He figures there's a percentage that's better at soccer than everyone else.
Yeah, but Mark is narrowing it down, though. I mean, there's more of an exact science to what Mark is doing, and I can respect that.
I like the science that he picked the bigger of the two arenas they play at because
Yeah.
the Winterhawks
Yes.
play at both the arena that the Blazers play at and then
Yep.
the Memorial Coliseum that has a sunlight roof.
Which is awesome.
It is
Yep.
all amazing for
Yep.
afternoon games, but also blinding at the same time.
And by the way, the Victoria Royals, you know where they play? In
The Save On
Victoria,
Food
British
Center?
Columbia? The Save On
Save
Food
On-
Memorial Center.
You gotta love it. Oh, just very quickly, I'm changing the order of the names that I did, by the way. I'm still sticking with Moose Jaw, but it's the Moose Jaw Ultimate Road Warriors. I messed that up.
Nice.
So it's the
Yeah,
Moose
Road
Jaw Ultimate. The Road Ultimate, where I was like, after I said that, I was like, wait, no. The Ultimate Road Warriors. So
We would also have accepted this week the Jerry the Wheat or Oil Kings Lawler
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
Calgary Hitman was too easy, so
obviously,
no.
the
I
Red
left that
Deer
one.
Rockin' Rebels.
Yep.
This
Yep.
was current Bronco Busters.
Yeah, the Bronco
Yes.
Busters. The
Yes.
Regina Pats Pattersons.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The Medicine Hat Tiger Mask.
Yes.
Yeah. We would also,
the Kamloops Blue Blazers.
yes, the Kamloops Blue Blazers, but they're due for a fall.
Oh.
Too soon?
Yeah.
Also, the Spokane Chief Wahoo McDaniels.
Yes, absolutely.
We would also
There you go.
accept all
Yes.
of those.
Yes. Yes.
It's, by the way, the easy layup ECHL is no more with the Greenville Road Warriors turning to the Swamp Rabbits.
Yeah.
So we will have to rethink the ECHL completely when we get there in 2 weeks.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
Lyle, we're looking forward. Hey, Tuesday show next week, Lyle. FYI.
Yes, I have it marked in my calendar. So
Cool.
in my
Sounds good.
calendar.
Everyone's got things to do on Wednesday, so it seems
Evidently, yeah. No, that was fun. I was the only one who was free on Wednesday, but I'm good to move to Tuesday.
super. All right, buddy. Well, we'll talk to you in 6 days' time. Thank you for joining us.
Have a good one, guys. Talk to you next week.
There he goes,
See ya.
Lyle Richardson. The SpectresHockey.net man. Also, he does stuff on the Hockey News, the P.I. Garland Island Guardian. Also, I think Bleacher Report every now and again. Shout-outs, Johnny Pay.
I have a shout out to soccer season ending soon. I'm getting tired. So I've been running a lot.
Like I said, it seems like you're busier than last year, but you're only one game busier.
Yeah. I mean, it's way busier though. It's like 90 full minutes.
Plus extra time.
Well, true. If it goes to extra time, then you're screwed. It could be 120 minutes.
Favorite show with Matt Binfield. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to the NHL Supercards. That seems like it might be fun for a little while.
Yes, like the WWE Supercards have been.
Right, until we get fed up and just delete the app off of all of our phones.
I haven't yet.
I'm done.
All right, Mark.
Yeah, shout out to 2K Sports for like probably 2 weeks worth of entertainment there. Shout out to cap season starting. That it'll provide us things to talk about for the most part. I mean really just hockey season in general, but more specifically to me, cap season. Other than that, just keep on keeping on, man. That's all I got.
I'd love it. That's a great positive note to leave out on. Shoutouts to Mr. Mike's Casual Steakhouse and Grill. My goodness gracious. If there's a place to go on any night of the week, especially with the Messy Mike's event going on now until I think probably tomorrow, you guys should go check it out. It's a great place to hang out and great people along the way. So go there because they are awesome. And a couple of the guys are in my league, so that works out even better. So shout out to Stephen Black Mike. And he is black, so that's just not a racist term. So there we go. Shout out to National Bosses Day on Friday. I expect nothing but everything out of you guys. I expect nothing, actually. Shout out to finally buying a plane ticket because I found a cheap airfare. So there's that. Also, shout out to flying out on a Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. That's going to be fun. So that'll be okay. And then, shout out to stuff and things that I'll talk more about next week, next Tuesday, to be exact. Also, shout out to 2K's Supercards because I am going to actually have more time to do that because I don't have a life, whereas these gentlemen do. So I think I'm the wiser for that. I'm none the wiser. Either way, it was good. It's good for our phones. That's it. That's all. For Johnny P. Mark with the C, I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself and someone else. It's been Face Off Hockey Show on FaceOffHockeyShow.com, which is also our Tumblr. Face Off HDKY Show is our Twitter, and FOHS Radio is the Facebook. Next Tuesday, we'll be joining you, hopefully with better internet connection. I doubt it because, well, everything hates everyone else. So we'll see how it goes. So until next week, face